Good afternoon. It is February the 26th, 2016, almost the end of the month. Comes Monday, definitely the end of the week. And we're looking at 60 degree plus today and 70 over the weekend. So we're going to have a pretty good weekend. We came in this morning thinking that the easiest trade to see would be failure to extend the range, take out the overnight session high at 69. And then we had a lot of news, and the news came in positive for the E-mini across the board, and it did not rally. Crude was off a little bit from its overnight session highs. Doubt if crude had to play with it. So short squeeze, better than expected economic news, all sorts of stuff kicked in, and the market did not rally. The sell came in the 60 to 65 area, lower than we thought. Beautiful setups, retest failures. Monkey trading was very, very successful, even the last two. Market rallies back up. Mean green trade was a plus. Nancy's tweezers was a plus. Another S was a plus. This S would be a loser. This B would be a break even if you're monkey trading. V bottom, a couple of B's here, at least scratches. This B a plus. Nancy's tweezers, an S, nice plus, retest failure, S, nice plus, and here we find ourselves going into the close. So end of the week profit taking, don't know. Longer term negative bearish news weighing on the market, don't know. A lot of things kind of kicked in. We have the G20 meeting over this weekend, and everybody's hoping for positive rhetoric out of G20 that will address the world's slowing economic conditions. Okay, F1 on the E-mini, higher low, higher high. Can trade higher off of this one if we can't break it and crack support. On the F2 screen, definitely volume moving lower in the distribution. But when it's all said and done in the congestion area, we got volume well above time. It's volumes leaning to a P in the congestion area. So my guess is the first trade is a short in Globex on Monday morning, but if we don't break the lows, the market can snap back. Once again, not fueled by institutional selling. It is the end of the month. That's where their compensation comes from. We do have some news on Monday. Chicago PMI, pending home sales, and Dallas Fed survey. I don't have those numbers. We'll pick them up bright and early Monday morning. So assuming a close right here, last rotate up was 53, so 50, 55 will be sell 1, 60, 65, sell 2. Thought we would get to 43 this afternoon, almost made it. We thought that was the next stop, and picking up this little ledge right here. And then we had the whole high volume number down, another high volume number at 40. So didn't quite make it, but the day is still over. So our buy is going to be the 40 to 45 area if it were to close right now. And then buy 2 would be 30 to 35. Tom DeMark made the news after his call early this week, this morning. People were talking rough March ahead. It was based on the deteriorating fundamentals. I think that's not too difficult a call to make for Tom DeMark. And we also had talk about the Fed raising interest rates based on today's economic numbers, which were really quite good. Okay, looking at the note where the hedge was, we didn't have a very good day in this. All the news was against the financials this morning. Lower high, lower low. Find a place to sell it. Looking at the F2 screen, definitely a B, but with volume above time. So I think this market E-mini sells. It's a pretty easy short. Last rotate up stopped at 24. Then we have a C period high at 28. So selling failure to take out 30, 24, 30, 28 will be sell 1. And then 31 to 03 will be sell 2. On the buy side, because it's a being, we're painted lower, pointed lower, 16 to 20 by 1. And then 9 to 13 by 2. Looking at the 30-year. Knob spread did come in today. So we got this little break at 21, 22, then at 28, and then all the way up to the buck. So 23, 27, sell 1. And then 3 to 7, sell 2. On the buy side, I think we could trade it a little lower. We had this breakout right here from the 8 area, so 5 to 9 by 1. And then 25, 29 by 2. Going out tonight to hear one of the guys that was in the Benghazi firefight. There's one of the fellows, you might remember, one that was juggling two flashlights. Pronto, not Tonto. We're going to go see what he has to say tonight, so it should be pretty interesting. And for those of you who saw the movie, he was the one that stood up and never thought that he would be shot, and turns out that was just exactly the case. I believe he lives on a farm in western Nebraska these days, so probably about as far away from the fighting as you could hope to get. Looking at gold. Got hit pretty hard, lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it, but I don't think the market will break, so I can buy into weakness. They certainly ran through my 2 buy points this morning. Okay, we're at 24, 28. Last rotate down stopped at 20, this eye. Then we've got our 12 low. So first buy is going to be 18 to 20. And then second buy is going to be 13 to 15. On the sell side, 28 to 30. And 34, 36 for sell 2. Looking at crude. Yeah, I don't know what to think about Trump and the rest of them that are running, and I'm surprised they've been as kind to each other as they have been up to this point. Okay, on crude, higher low, higher high. This market can trade up, and rhetorically, you have several nations trying to support the market with words, as you have several of them trying to take it lower to take out ultimately what I hope is themselves. Take out Russia and Saudi Arabia's ability to cause harm and havoc around the world. So, looking at this screen, we got a pretty clean break at 33.09. So we're at 93, 33 and a quarter, 33.50. Give it a little room. 33.75, 34, sell 2. Had the breakout that came, and then we have this low here at 32. So definitely a B. The breakout came from 32, so 32, 32 and a quarter buy 1. Then back to our 31.50, 31.75 for buy 2. Do not like the long side of crude because of the oversupply. And last but not least, the euro. Looking at our F1 screen. Outside day, that does imply a trading range. We've got all this volume down here at 109. I think we're headed for 109, 108.50, 109. And this is Draghi's month to put up or shut up, so we have this 109.50 to 75 area, and you can see how we spilled from the 50 area right up in here. So 50 to 60, sell 1, 75, 85, sell 2. On the buy side, 109.25, buy 1, 109 even, buy 2. And we'll see what happens. You all have a great weekend. It has been fun this week. We made a little money. I ended up the week on a positive count. That's always pleasurable. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope the weather cooperates or at least meets whatever activities you have scheduled. And I will see you bright and early Monday morning.